let's continue with space exploration. There we go. So, when we last left off, we had just finished making blue science, and we now have blue science in the queue. Let's see what that lets us do. We have the grappling gun, which must have been unlocked by an update because I don't remember seeing it before. We don't need that right now. We have all of our blue science, and I think, as much as I want all of these intermediate technologies here, I think the keys are the electric engine and the electronics. Did we do electronics already? No, there's electronics. So I'm going to queue up those two. Electric engine and electronics. That will unlock power armor, that will unlock all sorts of good stuff for us. Speaking of which, I just realized that we're still wearing our light armor here on the character tab. That's the one we started with. We never made heavy armor, but now we can make the modular armor, which is pretty cool. So we're almost ready to have bots on board. Now, I did do a couple of things between episodes. First off, I cleared out a few biter bases. There were a couple over here and a few others that were, that we were about to hit with our pollution cloud. Obviously, there's some that are not that much further, but at least it covers us for the immediate moment. And the other thing I did between episodes was hook up the rest of the copper. So we now have 4 full arrays of copper being fed from here and going into our bus, which means there's 2 full lanes feeding green circuits, and I'm continuing the rest along. Now we need more than that. This green circuit design is built around the idea of 6 full belts of copper, so we're certainly going to need a lot more. But 4 is a good start. We do need to do the same thing with iron. We only have these 2 iron. This is steel, this is steel. We need to clean that up. We need to move steel over here and convert this back to iron and all that good stuff, which we will definitely do in the immediate future. I made some notes. We need to expand iron, and we need to set up advanced oil, because now that I've turned science back on, all of these backups are gonna go away quickly. But first, let's make some modular armor. Nope, where's steel? Here's steel. What else do we need? Oh, we need a heavy armor, which means we also need copper. And we already have the light armor. Okay, let's take the light armor off. And now we can craft the heavy armor. And we're gonna need a little bit more steel. And that will let us craft our... Oh, it put it right on the character, that's fine. Modular armor, which is excellent. I also want to make... I don't have any batteries. I don't think we're making batteries yet, are we? No, we're not making batteries, so I cannot produce the personal battery because we can't handcraft batteries. Let me adjust the mic a bit. I think it's cutting out a little. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we've unlocked the whole range and breadth of stuff. Let's see what we need. Nanobot range is always good. And speed. Exoskeleton we don't need yet. Robotics will give us flying robot frames. Modules 2, whatever for now. Lasers are not really necessary yet, except for the meteor defense installation. That might be nice to build, but that requires, again, batteries and blue circuits, so not yet. armor wouldn't be bad, but again, we need blue processing units and stuff. Signal transmission. None of this stuff is stuff we need immediately this second. Uranium would be good to get going on. Military, combat shotgun, poison. Alright, let's start with some utility stuff. Let's grab braking force for when we get our trains running. And let's grab weapon, projectile weapon damage. And shooting speed. We can grab stronger explosives, and then we can just come back and do some of this basic stuff. Just to get it off the list. Okay, so that was... that's that stuff. Let's see. I'd like to grab some chemical plants and go set up advanced oil, and I also want to grab some stone furnaces and go expand iron. I think those are our first two things we're going to need to do. Where's our mall? Oh, I ran right past it. Of course I did. Speaking of which, can we do anything new and exciting with it yet? Let's replop the blueprint. No, that's still grayed out. That's still gray. That's flamethrower turrets, which we don't really need yet. This is all not available yet. We don't really need that stuff yet. Some of the train stuff, but this is requires Logibots. Okay. Let's see. Do we have that stuff? We do. Let's grab some chemical plants. We have pumps, we have tons of pipes, we have tanks. We could use some more what? Furnaces. Nope, not this way. Way. How are we doing on nanobots, by the way? We could definitely use more nanobots. And one more stack of... Here's furnaces. Let's grab some of that. And we're gonna need to do trains soon. We're gonna use trains to bring in this oil, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. Soon though, definitely soon. Game is sounding a little quiet, so I'm gonna turn that volume up just a smidge. Okay. Just to clear some of this stuff out of our way. And convert that into landfill. Okay. We are going to... I think what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna convert this, we're gonna cut this off. And we're gonna... Actually, we're gonna cut it off right here. Because this can keep going. And we're going to convert this back to back to producing whatchamacallit, iron. As soon as these drain out completely, there we go, that's just about done. Just making sure they're all clear. Don't need that. Oh, let's disconnect it up here. And we don't need this top section. Let's reinstall this. Okay. And that's iron. Now let's come back over here and build another steel facility. Well, actually we just need to build this out. I didn't realize this was not completed. No, it clearly was not, because, yeah. Okay, so we'll deal with that. Should be fine for now. Nope, we need to drain the coal out of here. Go. And this I have to do from the end so that I don't pick up the other belt. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Are you running? What is the problem here? Oh, it got a plate stuck in it. Right, because these recipes call for a whole bunch of plates, so that if it had less than a full load, it wouldn't be able to process. Well. Alright, they all look like they're running now, making the correct thing. That one is not. There we go. That's cleaned up. And now we need to do something with all this steel. I'm just gonna pick it up because I want this belt clear. I don't know if my inventory has that much space. That's a long way to go for steel. Let's set this to input priority from the right, so that it drains this belt more. Yeah, and that's when I run out. Okay, we'd like this come into here. let's fill this side of the belt some. And if you don't know, if you hold Z, it'll drop the item where you're mousing. And I'm just feeding into the other side of the belt so that it has someplace to go. Actually, now that I think about it, that's silly. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop a underground there. We're gonna put in a feeder and a box. And I'm gonna stick all that steel into there. Now we're gonna hoover it up. Actually, I can just do it by deleting these. There we are. There we go. And that'll dump the steel out from that. Which means we can now... Oh, I left my other car somewhere. That's okay, that's why I built two. Okay. Okay. Where's the other car? There it is. Stone brick is not a bad idea. We can stick this into one of these. Okay. Now the problem, of course, is how many miners do we have here? Especially once it knocks out the ones that are mined out. This is 89, call it 90, which means it's only 3 belts worth, and we're actually pulling 4 belts from it, so kind of the limit of our steel patch here. And one of the problems I realized between episodes is we don't have any iron to pick up. So that's going to be a very high priority. We're down to 1 million iron in there and nothing else in sight. And we have most other things. There's tons of copper there, we've got coal, we've got oil, more oil, more stone, uranium a tiny bit, but no other iron. So that's potentially problematic. But let's hook up what we have. Okay, go this way. Okay, so here we're feeding iron into the concrete maker, which is a tiny amount, but mostly the gear maker and the red circuits, and that's a much bigger amount. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take this new belt. And I should have run it over here. Okay, input priority left. I should have run it here, because I'd like it to go to the bus. gonna set you to output priority to the right. And then here we're gonna do this. And output priority to the right. And that's coming in. And we're gonna run this belt in the usual fashion that we do, so that it right shifts the belt. And we need more belts. Go grab some. You guys get in there. Okay, now we don't have junk. Or, you know, less junk. Let's run this over. And down here. Here. And here. Can't build in shallow water, that's okay, that's why we make this stuff. Okay. That's as much as we can do with iron right now. Well, let's get the car out. And go this way to get to our oil processing. Because it's time to switch us over to... Wow, I cannot believe I didn't crash into anything. That's remarkable. And we're backed up, really? We are full on petroleum, we're backed up on everything. Lovely. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna convert from basic oil to advanced oil. And because I built with that in mind, we don't need to replumb anything, which is just lovely. Now, we're gonna shove these into their respective machines. Not machines, pipelines. So this is light oil. It's going to go into this pipeline here. Okay. Notice that we don't have a pump in here because we want to be able to pump in and out of those storage tanks. And then for this, for heavy oil, I'm gonna come over here. We'll have to do it like that. That's fine. So now we have, if we look at over here, we have all three of our fluids there. But of course, petroleum is currently the backed up one, and that's okay. Now, what we want to be able to do is crack this stuff. this is going to be set to crack heavy oil into light oil. It needs a heavy oil input and a light oil output, and this is strictly one way, and for the moment we don't need many of these. We're just going to put down 2. Okay, now over here it's a little bit trickier because we're going to use smart controls. So the output is going to be like so. We always want to pump out, but the input we're going to use a smarter system for. So we're going to do this. Oh, we're under. Oh, it's Meteor. Really? Really? You're going to smash our steel production? We'll go over there and fix it in a minute. Okay, the important thing here is this. We're not just going to run plain and simple. We're going to link it to the network here. And we're going to say that we want to crack oil, heavy oil, only in certain circumstances. And we'll get back to those circumstances in just a second. And this is coming onto the heavy oil bus. Okay. So right now this is disabled, so this is not doing anything. But when it's enabled, it will crack it for us. Here we're going to do something similar, but crack light oil to petroleum. And again, we're going to make a copy. But here we're going to want a bunch more. Like 4. Make a bigger copy. 5, 6, 7. Let's go to 8. I don't remember the ratio, but the nice thing about the smart control is that the ratio doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot to hook up water. Always gotta hook up water. We need water over here. And we're gonna need water over here. Now this, oh, that's gonna be a little problematic. We put them a little too close together. Even if we get rid of this, that's not gonna give us enough space to set this up. Okay, we'll just do it like so. Well, no, we don't want to do it like that anyway. Okay, we'll get back to that in a sec. Let's take the output. The output is gonna go here. So let's put a pump. Where's our pumps? There they are. Pump. That's output. And we need to bring in light oil, but we're gonna do that with a pump. Just gonna put the pump right here. And again, we're gonna run a wire to it. Okay. That's our cracking. And this condition we can set right now. We're gonna enable this if the amount of light oil we have is greater than the amount of petroleum we have. So right now we have, let's see, why is the pole not showing us the contents? It's hooked up. There we go. Why is this one not hooked up? Oh, not hook this. There we go. So right now we have 11,000 light oil and 24,000 petroleum, so it is not cracking light oil into petroleum. When petroleum drops, it will change things. Alright, we've got science. Don't really need this yet, but whatever. I'm just clearing out the research queue. Okay. Now this last one here is for making lubricant.